How hot do you think it is? 150?
No. Do you have your towel? It helps. No,
I do.
I think
I have
it's
my towel.
about 92.
8.
92. I'd go with the 2.
Was I getting a little bit frustrated on the setup?
Yeah, but you were doing everything. And it was warm and nothing was cooperating.
Well, folks, we're here for episode 10 of What Do You Say, Dad? A father-son podcast about life, OCD, and other bullshit. As you know, I am your host, Hunter Sansone, with me, my co-host, Greggy G-Dog G-Bones, Greg Sansone.
Hello, everybody.
We're back, and, I thought I would surprise my dad here about a little subject I'd like to touch on. As you guys may or may have not noticed, we have had a podcast mascot through the entirety of the show that we haven't drawn much attention to. But I think there's no better time than lucky number 10 to address our dear friend, the one, the only, Hootie. Hootie, welcome to the show.
Put it together.
Put it together.
He's been extremely patient.
He's been patient. Hootie, kind, loving. Stroke him. Give him some offerings. It's nice. So
we don't gnaw on him.
No, we don't gnaw on our Hootie.
Just stroke him and love him.
So in our first episode, we were setting up in this really cool area in my dad's backyard, and Hootie is there to act as a deterrent, I'm assuming, to certain types of birds.
Yes, birds and their waste that comes from them.
Got it.
Particularly their waste.
Their bowel movements.
That's right.
And so...
we don't mind the bird.
No, we don't mind the bird, just the wastage of the bird. So we've brought Hootie along. Hootie has traveled with us to
Far and wide,
to St. Louis, Missouri.
Kentucky,
Tennessee. That's...
I was just saying in general, different states and places.
Yeah, it's never been to Kentucky. Anyways, so we actually didn't want to address Hootie at all throughout the show until lucky number 10. We've had some guests, Uncle Nick, that have brought him up unwarranted when we specifically told them not to. Inappropriate discussions about Hootie. So we cut that out.
Almost unforgivable.
Yeah, cut that out of the show. Well, speaking of that, I mean, we've had some very interesting guests throughout these first 10 episodes, one of them being your brother, Nick Stick,
yes,
my godfather, my uncle. He had a really cool episode where he talked about those ideas we form about ourselves in childhood from our experiences that then contribute to how we live our lives as adults, and breaking out of those walls and those barriers. I think that was a very beneficial episode for a lot of people.
Absolutely. And for me, tremendously so. It's very, very heartfelt, refreshing, and wonderful to see Nick really diving into his personal growth, and others as well. But, Nick, I'm so close to, as I am you, of course. And the idea of personal growth to me is just such a wonderful thing. I can't imagine. I don't see much more important than that from where I'm sitting right now. I'm sure there are things that line up with it, but personal growth to me is amazing because it's about the connectedness to our deepest selves, and which absolutely has a deep spiritual component to it, which has been phenomenal and wonderful for my life in many respects, just in my own growth and my challenges that I've dealt with OCD, anxiety, and depression. It's just been, a wonderful thing. So I was sitting there the other day, just yesterday, and I was reading something, and it said, decide what is most important to you. And then when you decide that, and you decide to go that route with what is most important to you, realize what you're saying no to. Because you can't do it all. And that really, really hit me. And I sat there and I thought, what is most important to me? And I really had to give it some thought. That's a big question. Most important thing to you in your life. So I thought about it, and I realized what is most important in my life is connecting with the deepest part of me. And I say of me, the deepest, with connecting as deep as I can go. And I know from experience with doing that that is where spirituality and God is. And for me, and that is most important to me. That is the most important thing to me, to connect with that. And so what does that mean for me? Assessing that spot, that place, that thing, that whatever language we want to use for it, the divine, God, whatever it is. And what I've learned is that to remove as much of myself as I possibly can. And that when I then do that with desires or thoughts or preferences or likes or dislikes, when I then do that, that this other shows up, which is absolutely beautiful. And all I can say for word's sake is it's spiritual. So I want more of that. That's the most important thing in my life, which means I have to say no to certain things if that's going to be the most important. And what does no to certain things mean? It means I'm not going to be rushed in my life, because I can't do that meditative type work thing, whatever you want to call it, if I'm rushed and harried in my life too much. So there has to be a flow for me and a slowing down and a pace. So I don't know how we just got on that subject. I think it was just something that was very interesting to me. But to be aware of what you're saying no to.
Yeah.
Even with anyone's work or their life, what's most important.
That's big.
You're saying no to stuff once you choose it, because you can't be and do everything.
Well, I've realized that, especially as I've gotten older, just saying no to more things. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in a prioritizing what's most important to me and not being willing to sacrifice those things that are high up on my priority list for immediate gratification in other areas. May that be, I don't know, going out on a certain night of the week.
Right.
Or, I don't know, things that just take away from my best self. And I've naturally, I think we all do, as we get older, we get better at prioritizing those sorts of things. Because when I was younger, I would never want to miss out on this or that or whatever it is. And then you get older and you just kind of, through life experience or maturing or whatever it is, you just naturally ease back. And that's something I continue to strive to do. But on the subject of like, what is most important to you? Because I thought that was a great answer. And I can definitely resonate with that. Not on the same level because we're in such different stages of our lives. But with where I'm at in particular, I have priorities. I have like my top priorities in my life, like my family, my health, and all these things. But I think what I'm most focused on right now in my life is building for my future.
Yes.
Building for my future self, my future family, things like that. So just attacking my career and my work in every which way that I can so that I'm set up for down the line. So that's where my head's at. I'm kind of in that grind mode.
Yes.
And I think that's, 20s, 30s, I would think one should be,
I agree.
And then naturally when you're in your, 50s, 60s and so on, you do get more in touch with the areas of your life that you're talking about. But I think there's a beautiful thing with, that's why this podcast is being able to take in that wisdom from someone who's double my age and maybe be able to apply those sorts of practices to my life now and not wait until I'm 60.
Right.
Not saying you were waiting, but I'm just saying it's a cheat code in a sense. This whole podcast is what that sort of idea is. What do you say, Dad? Seeking that advice from the older generation. because I think that's all we want to do is just better our children's lives and make the next generation better and learn from our mistakes and all of those things. So I feel like that's when I hear you talk and you have all this knowledge at 61, 62. I'm like, wow, I get to have this at 31,
That's wonderful. And, I've said to you more times than once, and it's truly a strong desire of mine, is that in your life, you're going to make mistakes. It's part of the human condition. We make mistakes. It's part of the growth process. And I've said to you a couple of times, just make different ones than I made. Meaning, please learn from my mistakes.
Yeah.
And there's no reason to have to repeat them to get the lesson.
Right.
If we communicate and share enough, and if it's important enough to you.
Yeah.
Because then it makes my mistakes more meaningful to me.
100%, because not only you learn from them.
Right.
I did.
You do.
Yeah. And I already have a bunch of those in my mind.
It's like, you already got that
one. I'm just saying, like, my mind immediately goes to certain lessons, which I'm not going to share.
Yeah.
But just certain things that I'm like, yeah. He learned certain stories that you've told me. He learned from this or that and that.
Yeah.
And I am prepared.
I love that.
For those.
That gives me so much more meaning to my life. And, it comes to my mind, we say that is money, relationships, those two things are powerful areas in my life where good choices can be made, mistakes can be made, and they are made often in those two areas: relationships, money, things like that. Being naive,
yeah.
Hoping that, thinking the best of everyone when you're dealing with them, rather than realizing that you can't trust everything and everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And those things are powerful. Partnerships, friendships, everybody's pumped up in the beginning. And then it doesn't mean that it's going as it should just because you're enjoying yourself and feeling good. And people will tell you what they want you to know and what they want you to think. And the whole trust thing is a very big one for me.
That's huge.
It has to be earned. It isn't automatically given. Don't you trust me? The truth is, no, I don't. I don't know you long enough, and that's really the truth, whether you say that in the moment or not. You've got to verify things and just stay calm. I've always said business is like a math problem, and I haven't always done that. I had to learn that. There's no reason to get excited. When you sit down to solve a math problem in school, you're not all excited and pumped up. Business is no different. Slow your emotions down. Oh, we're going to make $20 million. Okay, gonna. Great. And I put that aside. And what are the steps we need to be making towards success? Calmly. I can't tell you how emotional and pumped and fired up I've gotten over things to have mistakes made. And if I had been more level-headed, more calm, it wouldn't have happened. Also been things that have been wonderful. And nothing gets accomplished without enthusiasm. That's critical. I agree with that. But a level head.
They're
not trusting.
It reminds me of an interview I saw with someone, and it's that whole idea that this too shall pass, but there was an interview of a certain celebrity, and he was saying how, I've had really hot career moments, but stay calm. I've had really low career moments, but stay calm. Because in either situation, a very positive or a very negative event, your ability to, which it's not easy in the heat of the moment, but your ability to stay level-headed and calm and cool and collected is really what will drive that home or change that situation for you.
Yeah, it brings your best self to the table.
It does. And it's hard because, especially us, we're passionate people, we're emotional people, so we get jacked up, we get excited about something.
That can't be your master.
Personal life, relationships. But man, if you can just keep that in check, I've learned, because it's you're not a robot. You're not going to be perfect 10 out of 10 times with that sort of thing. But if
when
you
it comes down to decision time.
Yeah. And if you just can have that reminder, that self-awareness, to be able to be like, all right, I feel myself getting excited right now.
Yes.
I need to just take a breath,
get away,
analyze it here. And it reminds me of what you've always said with business, which is if you're super excited about something and you're 100% convinced that this is what you're going to do. Let's say you found your dream house and it's the perfect price and it's available and they're accepting your offer and you're so pumped up. Everything's perfect about the house. What if you flipped it?
Think of the opposite.
Think of the opposite, or the other way around.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know,
which is,
let's say you were going to move into a house that you hated,
right?
A shitty house,
right? Exactly.
You know, what if you loved it? What would that look like? That sort of thing. Or if you're super jacked up about moving to California, moving to Los Angeles to pursue your dreams as an actor,
consider not.
Like I had,
consider not.
Yeah, what would that look like if I didn't?
If I didn't.
You know,
it's a wonderful mental gymnastic just to entertain that. I learned that from a guy named James Shukart. Brilliant, creative guy.
Yes.
And that has been wonderful to me. To flip it, look at the opposite just for a moment.
Right.
It'll give you a different perspective. I want to go to California. Okay, you're jacked up. And you're fired
You're 100% convinced that that's what you're doing.
Now just take a moment, and here's where discipline comes in, emotional discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Those people can't do it or won't do it. And stop. Flip it 100% opposite. What's its opposite? I don't go to California. And then say, what does that look like if I didn't? Give that mind space. You'll gain a different perspective.
Yeah.
That you didn't have before.
And
sure, you may still go to California.
And you'll probably still end up doing the thing that you were initially going to do, but you have a different
and something in it might change. The timing of it, because of the new perspective, the way in which you go, who you contact prior to going, where you live, you'll gain a different perspective.
Right.
That's huge. That's huge. And the other one, I know I've said this before, but I just want to say it one more time so I'm clear about it, is don't believe people. I know that sounds hardcore. Don't believe people. Well, what am I supposed to do? If I don't believe people, find out for yourself. Don't count on somebody telling you the way something is. Someone telling you the truth. You go find out the truth.
And you're saying this as a general statement for life in general or just business?
Business for sure.
Okay.
Business for sure. And I think I will go as far as to say it for life in general. With relationships, I'll move away from business, but certainly for business, don't believe people.
Right, right.
Don't be, and it's late, then I want to get to relationships. It's lazy to want to, oh, he's an expert. He told me so, therefore that's the way it is. It takes more energy, more effort to go out and find out if what he just said is true. What that lawyer, that professional expert just said, for you to go out and find out on his own if it's true, on your own if it's true. Well, he told me I got to believe him. No, you don't. Go find out and do your own legal research and see if it's true.
And most people
I'm not a lawyer. And you don't have to be.
Most people don't want to do that because that's a lot of effort.
It's a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Don't believe people, number one. Find out for yourself. Oh, well, we're good on this bid. We're good on this bid. We got plenty in it. Really, we do? Okay, show me the number. Show me the breakdown. Okay, I see the breakdown. I don't understand this. What is this? Oh, well, that's complicated. I got that. No, not going to believe you.
No.
I'm not saying you're lying, but you could be lazy. You could have made a mistake. Your human condition. It could have been an honest mistake. I'm going to find out. And if you don't want to find out on your own, don't get involved in it.
Ultimately, no one's going to look out for you the way that you will look out for yourself.
And remember that. And that's why the lazy way is to believe people. You have to tell them you don't trust them, but you're verifying.
Yeah.
What Reagan said.
It's not about the not trusting.
It's not
about personal or
when
insults.
Reagan said trust but verify. What he means is, sure, I can trust that you're being a fair guy right now, even though you may or may not be, but I'm going to go verify that you are. Don't just believe. Number two,
That's
back
big.
to relationships. You said, is this a life statement? I think so. When I was single for like 13 years, I always wanted to get married right away. And I would ask them a series of questions and to get to know them. I wanted to get to know them. And I soon came to find out words mean nothing. We all present our best foot, whether we mean it or not. We don't mean to deceive people, but we put our best foot forward. And it's like, okay, I'm going to believe what this woman is telling me about herself. And that's the tendency.
Right.
Oh, well, she said this, she said that. How do you know that's really the truth? Well, what is she lying? Number one, she may be. Number two, she may not be. And she may just be kind of unconsciously putting her best foot forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
not fully aware. And she may be saying what she wants to be, even though she may not be that.
Right.
It doesn't all work perfectly up in the brain.
Mm-mm.
So their words, you asked me to apply this to life. Yeah. Don't believe them. The words don't do it. What does do it then? Very simple. Find out. If you want to talk about relationships, what I did, instead of asking women questions about this to find out who they are and understand them and have these long talks, I'd get down to one simple thing. I'd say, so what'd you do today? What someone does in their everyday life tells you more about who they are than all the 2-hour and 3-hour conversations you can ever have.
Yeah.
And all the deep conversations. Boy, we really connected. We had a deep, deep, deep conversation. It's wonderful. What do you do all day? What does she do all day? Not what you're going to do. What did you do today?
Yeah, I've heard you I've heard you talk about this before, and it's huge.
Humongous.
And it's so valuable.
We think the words matter.
Right.
Because we're connecting and it's emotional and it's moving and it's.
And we talked on the phone for 9 hours.
9 hours. I know her.
Yeah.
God,
no,
she's
what are
cool.
you doing? What are your habits?
What did you do today?
What did you do with your time? What are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
Yes.
Not what you're going to do.
What are you doing? What did your day look like today?
That's it. That's right. And the past week, maybe if they can, if you first.
Yeah.
But yeah, what did you do today? Well, I don't know. I just got up. When did you get up? Just curious. I mean, what's your day start like? Act like curious.
And here's the thing. All of that, everybody's live your own life the way you
100%.
want. But what it comes down to is seeing if it's compatible for you.
That's
if
right.
If you like it.
Do you
dig it?
Do you dig it?
For your way of being.
Because it used to be where I'd say, well, it's really important to me that somebody, likes the country and that somebody works out. Oh, I think the country's beautiful. Okay, and you think, okay, check. They like the country.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I love to work out. I love to get outside and sweat. Okay, check. Well, they could be talking about the country of the wineries in Italy.
Right. Yeah.
Not my kind of country.
Right. No, certainly not. And we've had those experiences.
And they could be talking about, oh, I'd love to get out and sweat. I mean, they may be talking about gardening and not lifting weights.
Right.
It's all fine.
Yeah.
But you got to get in there.
Yeah, you really got to find out.
And are they really doing it, or do they wish they were doing it?
Man, I think when I think back on your dating stage, because for the listeners, my parents separated when I was younger, and we have this farm, and remember my dad would be dating someone and he'd bring them out to the farm, and if I had an issue with a lot of these girlfriends, I was young and I was protective over my dad, over my mom. And so, there's a lot of stories and a lot of memories where my dad would bring a date out to the farm, and I really would not take kindly to them. And I'd kind of put them through the ringer. There's all sorts of examples.
You didn't want any other company.
No.
For the most part.
For the most part.
The vast majority of the time.
Right, yeah. And to protect their privacy, we probably won't dive into any of that, but just know it was quite eventful for me at a young age. And if you listen to episode 6 with my cousin Jimmy, he touched on my little violent stage of kicking my older cousins with my cowboy boots and things like that. So I definitely had a little bit of a
protective thing with me.
The moment I remember most,
yeah,
I just thought it was a maturity thing. And I just remember when you were getting out of a business and Marianne and I bonded throughout that process.
Oh, yeah, that was a different level.
Because it was such
totally
a miserable experience.
Yes, and I wasn't a nice guy.
No, you weren't friendly at all. And so I just remember us going through that together and her and I bonding because you were not nice during that period of time.
Good way to put it. Yes, I remember that as well. Well, the breeze feels beautiful.
I know it does. But yeah, going back to the different guests we've had, I mean, you think about it, we've had so many cool different guests who are in so many different areas of their lives and what they're about. I mean, we've got our good buddy Dale, who used to work with you in North Oaks, and you guys worked together, and he turned his life around and did all this really cool stuff. And he's a mentor to, you know, the younger generation in his community and his child. And what a really, really cool story. And then, you know, Evan Slaughter talking about his struggles with OCD and overcoming them and what he's been through and, you know, injured in combat and all of that. I mean, we could just go and go. Yeah, TR, Ron and his and all the loss he's had. I know he really resonated with a lot of the listeners, all of his loss and how he managed to overcome his grief and still live such a productive, badass life. I mean, that to me, wow. I mean, I've had some hard things happen in my life, but man, I am not, very few people I feel like have experienced the level of loss that Ron has.
Yeah, tremendous amount.
And just to be such a light still. He's such a happy, good energy to be around. Yeah. For the listeners, when we shot that episode with Ron Neal, and we went out to his beautiful property in Crossville, Tennessee, the plan was just to go out there, shoot the podcast, and head home because it was 2 hours away from where my dad lives in Tennessee. And we were having such a great time after the podcast. We all went on a ride together. We saddled up some horses, went riding. Ron's energy is so positive and infectious. We didn't want to leave, and we didn't leave.
Stayed the night.
We made dinner. We sat around a campfire. We spent the night. We drank beers. I mean, we were there till the next day, and even the next morning, we were lingering and didn't leave for a while. I mean, we had an absolute blast. So I think we've had
tremendous.
some really cool guests. Yeah, Miles Burris.
And our good buddy that just left you, Bo.
Yeah, Mr. Bo Murchoff and his intelligence and his struggles with OCD and how deep you guys were able to go together discussing, you know, meaning of life and all of that stuff. It's been a very, very cool experience doing this.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And whoever else we've missed, it doesn't mean that it wasn't meaningful. It's probably incredibly meaningful.
Yeah.
Every single one was. Every single podcast that we did was really moving. And Jimmy Sansone,
of course,
moving and powerful for me.
Yep.
And being able to talk about deep things with other people is such an incredible, wonderful gift for me, because that is one thing I really, really enjoy, is talking deeply with other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you have a gift with helping people when you're able to go deep.
Yeah, and I feel at home when I'm talking deep.
Of course. Yeah.
There's no inhibitions. Mm-hmm. There's nothing. It takes down all the ego. It's the human condition, and everybody can relate to it, whether it's said or not. Whether they talk, it. Once you do say it, it's like yeah.
And the fun part about going deep with someone like you is, while I enjoy going deep, I don't have the ability or the know-how yet of how to fully understand certain things when we're in the trenches of that sort of conversation. So being able to do it with you, I learn and I unpack and I discover what certain things mean or what they are, when we really go deep and talk about certain things. I'm talking about when you say stuff and it just goes over my head for a second, and then you're able to, describe it in a more digestible way. That's cool. And I think that was part of my goal with this whole show.
That's wonderful. Yeah, it was. And it's wonderful. And I love that you say that and feel that. And, I'm 62 and
not feeling blue.
Not feeling blue. And not looking for you because you're already here. But anyway, I'm 62 and I've got a lot of energy and a lot of life ahead of me.
Oh, yeah.
and I'm powered up, and I've had a lot of life behind me that I've lived, which was really, really cool, interesting life at different stages in my life.
Yeah, isn't that incredible? To probably sit back at 62 and think of all the shit you've gone through, positive, negative, ups, downs, arounds. And
It's tricky.
I mean, just how wild that must be to just
It
look at
is
all the
wild.
different things that have happened, all the different chapters and the seasons
Stages. Yes.
and the stages.
Remarkable. And one of the biggest one is the when I had that powerful, I don't know even what the word is for it, breakdown, implode, whatever happened to me. And from 18 years old when it began, and then kind of onward with the whole OCD depression thing, and then finding my way through and out of it, and all the lessons that are in there, and all the groups and coachings that I did with people, and learning from them, and them learning from me, and sharing my pain, and sharing my journey, and my solutions that I found, and my spirituality, and my depth, and my connection with myself, and on a deep, deep level, and the whole ego thing, and dismantling that, and ultimately getting to a place where I was talking to Bo about that this weekend, where I have fewer preferences, which is really kind of a beautiful thing. And I got a long way, but fewer preferences, like as demanding of what I love and what I hate. That's more of my goal now. Just fewer preferences and more connectedness and more depth, and because there's real joy inside and outside when I have a settledness within, and less of me and more of what has brought me here to this world. And it doesn't need a name, and more of that. And so it's just kind of a wonderful thing to not have so many judgments, and to move into that more and more.
Yeah.
Not because I'm naturally have been a judgmental person, and to move into the less of that, more and more, just with people in general, and my own life, and the way I see things, and less of all of that, less of Greg. And then if it's less of Greg, then what is there? More of what then? Well, I would say to somebody, find out. Find out for yourself. And you won't have questions after that.
Just seems like more of your truest self.
It's more of your true self. And what is that? It's not something you can think through.
Can't really put words on it.
Well, yeah, and
It's
you
just
can't
a state
think
of-
it through. It's an experience.
And it's a state of being.
It's a state of being. So you have to experience that state.
Yeah.
You can't just sit there and logically understand it. So I know that now, and that's why I love that. And I'm at the place in my life where I can slow down and enjoy and connect, and that's what I'm doing. And I will continue to do that.
Oh, yeah. Well, you deserve to after all the things you've accomplished in the lives.
And I love exercising now. I'm on a new kick with that. My brothers and you got me this membership to Lifetime as a gift, birthday gift. Incredible. So I'm really pumped and excited and loving it. And we're here in College Grove, Tennessee, and loving this beautiful, quiet place. And that's,
Yeah.
And you're around here a lot, which is wonderful.
And it's been nice. It's been a cool experience. And you've got your 4 chickens that you bought.
4 chickens.
For the listeners, within the past couple episodes on my dad's birthday, we went in to purchase a kiddie pool on a hot day. And they didn't have...
It was going to be a pool, not a kiddie pool. We realized the kiddie pool, the
that's the
$19
point.
version, was...
Okay. Yeah, the $19 pool was a little too small for 2 grown men. So instead of walking out of Tractor Supply with a kiddie pool, we walked out with 4 baby chickens.
Yeah, naturally.
And so we have been raising 4 baby chickens. I actually can see them right now in my dad's backyard.
Boo and Moo and Stew.
Those are not their names. Their names are Boo. You got that correct.
As I said.
Boo, Scout, Minnie, and Dusty. We have 2 Americana chickens and
Pretty
then
sure I said
2
that, but yes.
2 silver-laced Wyandottes. They're all hens. They'll produce anywhere from 12 to 20 eggs each a month at their most productive stages.
And their chicken coop just showed up today.
Yes, chicken coop is
from
staring at us.
UPS.
And then to really come full circle, we decided to still get a pool
We did.
after all
And
of
this
that.
was no kiddie pool.
No.
It was a $38 version.
Inflatable job.
Inflatable.
And
5.5 wide, 10 feet long.
And my dad's been keeping
fully inflated.
He's been keeping the cabanas clean.
Cabanas clean. And the deck.
The deck area.
The deck has to be hosed off properly for it. The pool deck.
You said you were going to have some signage for people, swim at your own
Pool
risk.
rules.
Yeah.
Pool rules. No glass on the pool deck.
Right.
And the pool deck, as you know,
and
is
what are the dimensions of the pool again, size-wise?
4.5 to 5 feet wide, fully inflated, and 9.5 to 10 feet long.
Wow.
It's a beast.
That's
it's
huge.
It's a beast, and I just ordered a skimmer for it today. It was $9.75. And yeah, it's going to be a wonderful. We haven't even christened. I'm so sorry, Hunter. I was speaking. we
Fuck, continue.
Oh, I'm sorry. We haven't even christened it yet.
No, we haven't. We haven't. I'm sure your brothers, especially Uncle Doug, are really.
He's been wanting me to get one put in for a long time.
Yeah, I think your brothers and Uncle Doug in particular will really appreciate that you splurged on yourself. Wow, that sounds so wrong, I just realized. I'm going to take that back.
Yeah?
So, yeah, I think that your brothers will really appreciate that you indulged and
splurged on myself.
That sounds so fucked up.
It does. I just actually got it. Can I say one thing real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I had this thought. I wanted to share one thing that I've learned is on days that you feel off and you don't feel great. Like yesterday, I was mowing with a push mower and I definitely got overheated, but it was a gradual overheated thing. I mean, I sweated nonstop. I couldn't stop sweating even after a shower. And then I realized I got dehydrated and overheated. So today it made me slower and stuff like that. And it was like, man, I really want to go to the gym, but da-da-da. Here's what helps. When I feel off, what can really, really help, and we all have off days that we don't feel good. Remember this. You don't have to not do what you want to do or is important to you, but you can ease into it. Ease into it. You don't have to set the world on fire.
Just dip your toe in.
Just dip your toe in. And holy my God, son, you're doing the leg.
I'm doing the toe dip. See, it's also about the thing.
Holy. Okay, that's a little, it doesn't really look, I wouldn't say it's a good look. I understand. But you can ease into it, which is what I intend to do today. I'm going to go to the gym and I'm just going to ease into the treadmill and see where it goes.
See what happens.
And I don't care if it's a phenomenal workout or not a good one, but I'm going to ease into it. What am I going to do, son? Please.
You're going to ease into it.
Excellent. Excellent. And I would like to say to Adam, too, if I can.
Yeah, I'd like to shout out our editor, Mr. Adam Irigoyen.
Yeah, yes.
He is the man behind the magic.
Right.
Mr. Adam.
And ADDNE. Adning. And I'd like
Adam
to
Irigoyen.
And I'd like to say to him on days that are off, especially him, because he's out of shape, is when you don't, you can ease into your workout, Adam. Ease into it, Andon. Don't just not do it anymore.
That was a sneaky statement. He's not out of shape. He's actually,
that's fair. He's not out.
He's in great shape.
But I don't know what he does on bad days.
Yeah, he had some stages. Yeah,
he's a funny guy.
Funny fella.
Funny kind of.
All jokes aside, Adam, thank you so much for your work with the podcast, man. He's great. Fantastic editor, if anybody's looking for it. Adam Irigoyen, incredible actor.
Tremendous guy.
Producer.
Energy. Wow.
Great guy all around. He's
funny as hell.
Based out of New York. Very funny. One of my best friends. So Adam, thank you.
Handsome guy, very handsome.
Yeah,
sexy guy. We're not going to lie about it.
No, sexy guy, active in the
single,
active in the community,
very active in the community.
So feel free to find him on Instagram at Adam
AADDN
Regayan.
John. There you go, brother.
What a blast, though, man.
And I want to say to you, Hunter, thank you for doing this. Truly, this was a love gift that you gave, and
well, I mean, right back at you.
And I know you did a lot because you knew it would mean a lot to me. I know there's a big component of that, tremendously.
Well, of course, but I knew I would love it just as much. And
you have worked your tail off. There been a little work to it.
Yeah, there's definitely
cameraman, sound man, edit man with Adam, setup man, everything.
Yeah, it's been a lot. So for the listeners, we're 10 episodes in. We're probably gonna press pause here and take a little bit of a break because it is a lot of work. We don't have a team. We just wanted to do this ourselves and keep the overhead low and see how it went. And it's been a great experience.
But we'd love to keep it going if we had some help.
Yeah, we would love to. It just requires a team. And
we're in the figuring it out.
We're figuring it out, and we don't live in the same state,
right? So
it's hard. I'm here for work right now in Tennessee, so this has worked out. But we'll see if opportunities come our way from it. We're not closed off to anything. But as of right now, I think we're just gonna give ourselves a little bit of a breather, reevaluate, and go from there. But we've had some awesome guests, awesome experiences. I've learned so much from you.
And vice versa. And reach out to us. Reach out.
Yeah, give a shout out.
We'd love to interact. Give us some feedback. We'd love it. This is powerful stuff. We're all in this human condition. We're all living this life, as Hunter said earlier, getting through, how we get through. And I say more than survive, let's frickin' thrive.
Wow.
And I mean every word of that. Life is here to be living and thriven. To be lived in a way in which we thrive. We don't have to just be survive. And when we thrive, everyone wins.
Everyone.
That's what this is about. Let's keep this going. Somehow this has got to keep going.
Keep it rolling.
Communicate with us. Reach out. Let's do it. Hunter, you got to do 10 more and do everything. What happened?
I'm shot.
He's shot. He needs a break. Needs a pause. He's got to go swimming after this.
Well, folks, thank you for being a part of these first 10 episodes. Like I said, we will do our best to pick up again at a later date. You've been listening to What Do You Say, Dad? A father-son podcast about life, OCD, and other bullshit. I'm your host, Hunter Sansone, and my co-host,
Gregory Sansone. And I want to say one more thing. You're my best friend.
You're my best friend. Bam.
I mean that.
Me too. And then hold on for the last thing. Do we
show
put
the pipes?
Show the pipes?
Absolutely. Are you kidding? You nuts? Hootie baby. That's the man. He has been patient. He has been kind. He has been non-possessive and non-covetous.
Hootie is